Well, just about ready for the girls' game to start here. Southside going to go with a bit of a different starting lineup here tonight, as they're going to have Ariel Acevedo in the starting lineup, along with Michaela Tampus, Sophia Nyhouse, Queen Peyton Yaffe.
And your homecoming queen, Peyton Yaffe.
Felicity Suggs. They'll be your starting five for the Lady Mavs, while for the Springdale Lady Bulldogs, they'll go with Leticia Ramirez, Aubrianna Wilson, Allie Vaughn, Charlene Hudson, and Kaylin McCoy. They'll be your starters.
We were kind of joking earlier about how Yaffe got the homecoming queen if the tiebreaker was how many points they scored.
She's had some good ball games, and hope she'll have one here. She'll get a look at a three on the way up. It's off the rim, no good.
Good looking shot, though.
This Springdale team wants to push it up, get in the front court quickly with Charlene Hudson. Fire shot up. That's Kyle McCoy with 3 points.
Pressing early.
That's what you don't want to have happen if you can. There's Tampus all the way down. I like that's the thing with this Southside team. The one thing I have noticed is they'll get the ball down low like that, and they'll look to pass it back out. If you get the ball and you drive down low like that, go ahead and take that shot.
Well, and try to draw you some contact. I mean, that's another big edge for you if you get those guys in foul trouble, you know.
Lady Mavs had a good ball game last week against Northside. They were able to keep it. And, you know, Northside, one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the state easily. And Southside kept it within actually about 13 as Tampus makes the second free throw. The Springdale team likes to run. They get into the front court, they'll get it going. Going to penetrate down from about 8 feet up, and it's good.
That's a tough mismatch right there.
Charlene Hudson with 2. Going to press in the backcourt. Lady Mavs will beat the press. They had the numbers for a second. That's going to be a key, too. If they're going to press, you're going to have to try to beat them down the floor at some point and
make them work.
Acevedo looks to penetrate in. Will go up strong for a shot. It's going to be no good. Nyhouse gets your rebound up and no good. Lady Bulldogs on the run here. Nice penetration move up and no good. Ball's tipped around. Going to go off Nyhouse out of bounds. That was Kayla McCoy. Also got to bring this up, too. We've got Kaylee Evans coaching the team tonight. Coach Brunk's sick tonight, so this will be her debut as head basketball coach. Here's a 15-footer on the way up and no good. And there's the rebound up and good. That's Aubrianna Wilson with 2. And that's what hurt the Lady Mavs last week, Terrell, was the fact that Northside getting 2 or 3 shots every time. And as we talk about the numbers, the more shots you get, the more chances you have to make.
Yeah, that's right. No, percentages go up dramatically.
Lady Mavs beat the press. The Springdale team, well, they bring the pressure. Going to feed the ball down low to Nyhouse. Nyhouse was held. Not sure what the officials were looking at on that one, but they had her in a ankle, a waist lock there. Get my words out here.
Well, she's taking a couple of big shots early, too.
Suggs will get it in the front court. Again, Springdale leads here early 7-1. Going to turn the ball over. They catch and run this Springdale team. There's a nice give-and-go pass and going to go up about 8 feet up and no good. There's Nyhouse, tips it over to Yaffe. Yaffe will get the rebound. Gets it to Tampus.
Nice handoff.
Push it all the way down. Has the numbers. That will take it back out. Here's a 3 on the way. A good set shot for Yaffe. No good. Ball goes out of bounds.
She hadn't made those 2 threes yet, but she is hitting the rim, and I like it. I like when your shooter's hitting the rim. Just keep on shooting.
Going to feed down low to Nyhouse, and the ball's tipped out of bounds.
I like the idea right there. Now you got a lot better inbounds.
That's what the Southside's kind of been missing this year that we had last year. Was Nyhouse had a scoring double figures most games last year. And I think most teams have really concentrated on taking her game away.
They noticed.
Tampus will set the offense up. There's going to be a steal and a breakaway. This Jacayla Bunch. You play a team like this, I'm not really sure who you key on.
It's tough. You really can't. It's hard to man up against them.
Good job by Tempest. Here's a three on the way by Acevedo. That's off the back of the rim, no good. That's the situation, too. When you get the numbers like that, you get an open three, but that's also a good play. Maybe let's take it strong to the hole and maybe even increase those numbers a bit.
Draw some contact.
There's Lydia Ann Adams along with Kayla Robinson will check into the ball game, replacing Nyhouse and Felicity Suggs. Lady Mavs working out of a man defense. Ball's tipped away by Adams, but it's controlled. Shot up, no good. Rebound by Acevedo.
What I like about Adams, man, she comes in, it's immediate impact.
Kayla Robinson looks to penetrate down. Nice give and go pass to Tampus. Good shot by Michaela Tampus. She has all points for the Mavs with 3 points. Now, I like what Tampus is doing, too, on the press. She is finding the open girl, working that ball down, doing a good job. Here's about an 8-footer up, off and no good, as Yaffe gets the rebound for the Lady Mavs. They want to push it into the front court. See if maybe the Lady Mavs can get a bit of a run here going. Get the ball up to Tampus up top. Oh, nice give and go pass to Lydia Ann Adams. She'll be fouled. Tampa's doing a good job at point. As I said earlier, doing a good job of beating the press. And what I really like what she's doing is attacking the basket.
And smart passes, too.
Lydia Ann Adams brings in a lot of energy when she comes in the ball game. That's what you want.
She's had a heck of a season.
Coming off the bench. She's been a nice addition for the Lady Mavs. Second free throws off the back of the rim, no good. This Lady Bulldog team, boy, they are on the run, aren't they? Here's a nice give and go pass. Ball knocked out of bounds off Allie Vaughn. Back to the Lady Mavs. They believe in full court basketball.
Yeah, and they don't really slow down.
You got Yaffe try to set the double team. Get the ball to Kayla Robinson, and they were having maybe a 10-second call. Actually, I got a 10-second call here.
Yeah, she knew it too.
The key, and I say this all the time against the press, is don't speed your game up. You beat the press with the pass.
Yep.
And once you beat it, then you get the numbers, then you attack. Here's a three on the way up and good. That's Charlene Hudson now with 5 points. Gets the lead back up to 9, 12-3 here. Stampas looks to penetrate in. Nice pass down low to Yaffe, up and good. Peyton Yaffe, first 2 points of the ball game.
Tampa's is chewing them up, man.
Here's a three on the way up, and it's good. That's Allie Vaughn with 3. That's 3 3-pointers so far for the Lady Bulldogs.
That's tough.
That's been really the frustrating thing for this Southside team, too, is they'll make a mini run at times and stuff, and it seems like when they make the mini run, then the other team comes up and will hit a big shot, big three or whatever, and kind of kill it. And that's kind of what happened there. But, Southside, they're down 10 points right now, but, it's been one of those games where Springdale, man, it's up and down.
Well, 1 or 2 shots here or there for that fall for us. I mean, you think about Peyton Yaffe had 2 of those threes that look good. I mean, you had 6-star score right now. We're looking pretty.
Yep.
So it's just it's shot here or there. We'll start executing. I believe.
Yeah, they've had 5 girls score for Springdale so far, with Charlene Hudson leading the way with 5 points, while for Southside, Michaela Tampus has 3 points, but she also has an assist to Peyton Yaffe for the other 2 points. It's the first time I've been here this year, and I hear Rock and Roll All Night by Kiss on the overhead.
You think the girls picked that one out?
I just know when my son played the music they were playing, I really didn't care much for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me this 70s music all day long. Southside will get the inbounds as, again, Lady Bulldogs want to press in the backcourt. Now we've got a timeout as Peyton Yaffe. I'm not sure if she didn't possibly twist her ankle. She's having problems putting any weight on it. I'm not sure what she did. Maybe it was on the stop.
I think kind of seeing what she's saying down there, it looks like she's saying she rolled it. I think that's what it was on her cut. I think she rolled that ankle over. Man, that hurts. I've done that myself.
Oh, I've did that a lot playing baseball.
Not fun.
And the amazing thing about it is she's going to be helped off the court. But I know when I played baseball, I would do it about every week, and then finally it got to a point where it swelled up so much that it didn't turn.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like once you have that happen to you once, you're always going to favor that ankle.
She'll check out of the ball game, and
hate to see that tonight for sure.
Felicity Suggs will come back into the ball game. Stampas will set the offense up. Goes back up top to Acevedo, back over to Suggs. Think about this Springdale team. They play aggressive, but they've only had 2 foul calls. The ball's going to be taken away as Allie Vaughn will push it into the front court for Lady Bulldogs. Here's a 3 on the way off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound on the weak side, pulled down. Now here's a 3 on the way up and no good again, and there's Acevedo getting the rebound. They're not real tall, but they do a good job of finding the open spaces. Try to get the ball down low to Lydia Adams. Adams is going to be tipped out of bounds by Aubriana Wilson.
Well, that was the right idea. They just a little bit longer.
Kaya McCoy checks back into the ball game. Suggs will get it in, goes up to Tampus, back up top. Tampus looks to set the offense, makes a nice move to the inside. Ball's going to be taken away and stolen. There's a nice give and go move, and Charlene Hudson now with 7 points. Not much you can do on that. It's just kind of, you get fouled, I'm going to try to get 2 shots, flip it up, and it goes in.
Well, you know, they're trying to kind of cut off of one of those shooting lanes, and when you make that choice.
Yeah, Hudson completes the 3-point play. Lead up to 20-5 now. Curious to see what, I'm not sure what Springdale's record is, but I'll tell you, these girls, I think this group gets after it, and they kind of reflect their coach over there. She's
pretty
up quite a bit. Yeah, she's pretty animated, so. Lady Mav's going to work it around. Just under a minute to go here. They'll feed down low to Lydia Ann Adams, and she's going to be fouled, I think. Look like hands across the wrist.
Mm-hmm.
Should be 2 free throws here. There's Letitia Ramirez, first personal foul. And I thought that was a shooting foul.
I did too.
And she's going up, and they hit her on the wrist. There's a nice give and go pass inside, and here's a 3 by Acevedo on the way off the back of the rim, no good. Fight for the loose ball. It's going to be picked up, and Charlene Hudson gets the ball in the front court. Try to work it down low, and there's Lydia Ann Adams playing the passing lane, makes the steal. Gets it over to Suggs.
We hadn't said her name a lot tonight, but I'll tell you what, Robinson's down there fighting. I think she had a lot to do with that last turnover.
I like her game, too. She does a good job of really slashing in the lanes, and I think her game's a down-low game. Here's a 3 on the way off the back of the rim, no good. And she does good about getting past when people try to block out. She's able to slide between and and make some things happen down low.
Slippery.
Yes.
All right, we just need Nighthouse to have a couple 3 dunks right here.
You've seen too much Isaiah Seeley.
Man, I've definitely seen too much of that guy tonight.
Here's a 3 on the way. It's up off the rim, no good. Fire another one up at the buzzer, no good. That's the thing about this Lady Mav team is well, they part of the game to me they really struggle in is rebounding.
Yeah, especially the defensive rebounding.
I mean, they play hard. I love the energy they put out on the floor, but there's just some little things that, but it's tough though. It's easy to say that, but then you look at the Springdale team, the quickness of these girls and their ability to slice inside and to do things. And
it's hard to look good against them. That is for sure.
Same with the Northside girls and the Gooden sisters. It's going to be tough to be able to make some offensive rebounds.
Trying to get him to throw you a ball up here, Keith.
I want to see if these cheerleaders have the arm to get the ball up.
I've seen one come right up here, right where they were throwing it. I was impressed.
Well, we had a good crowd here tonight.
It really was. We talked about it in the first game. I'll tell you what, I will be getting here earlier next time for homecoming because it was hard to find a parking spot.
Yeah, when I first pulled up here, I thought maybe Northside was here
yeah,
tonight.
I'm telling you, it's what it reminded me of. That place was packed.
They've taken the points off the board. I think it was 20-5. Now it's 18-5. We'll take that.
That's right.
Here's a 3 on the way. Off the back of the rim, no good, as Springdale will chase down the rebound. Springdale looks to penetrate to the inside. We've got Coach Michael Beaumont here with us, and there's another 3 on the way, no good. And
you got me?
Yes, sir, Coach Beaumont. You look at this team, and there's another 3 on the way. This Springdale team looks like they're playing 6 girls at a time.
Let me tell you what, they are speedy and they could shoot.
Here's another 3 on the way. It's up off the back of the rim, no good. And there's another offensive rebound, no good, as Nighthouse gets the rebound. And the first game with the boys, though, I thought the boys did a good job tonight. They just kind of got away from there about midway, third period. We were talking about Isaiah Seeley, the big star for Springdale, only 3 points at the time. He finishes with 20.
Well, if you break the game down in quarters, at the end of the first quarter, we're up and playing well. I thought we defended the ball well. We're patient on offense, and we're hitting some big shots. In the half, and a little bit of a drought, but we go in, down 3?
20-3.
Yep, down 3, yeah. And so still, hey, it's a good ball game. But that third quarter drought, which I think was 4 points, I think we scored in the third quarter, that hurt. And now, men, don't get me wrong, Springdale is an abnormally good basketball team. And when a little bit of blood got in the water and they started running, the young man is the signee. He showed us why he will be playing on TV next year.
And the funny thing, too, about that, Coach, is the fact here at the 7A West, I mean, we see it every game. The Chronister kid at Rogers, there's a nice move to the inside. It's no good. And I look at Marco Smith over at Northside, the Hudson kid at Fayetteville. I mean, every team seems like they got 1 or 2 kids. And then the tough thing for everybody is the fact that you look at these kids, some of them are sophomores.
Right. I mean, they're just now starting to learn the game, and they're starting to excel. And they will have a couple more years to do that in high school. But, what's funny that you mentioned that is, for all of us that get a chance to watch it all the time like you do, you see at this level, at the 6A, 7A level, basketball is different. It's just different. but there are kids on these teams, and they're different than the kids that play every day, and those are the kids that play at the next level. And I mean,
it's a nice underhand scoop shot for Tampus.
What a shot, Tampus, right there.
Talking to some of the guys down there too, and there's good defensive rebound. That's Kayla Robinson doing some good work down low. But we were talking about the boys team, and they were talking about the Southside ninth grade team. It's got a really good team this year. Going to have some help next year. But hey, you've got some sophomores with Matthew Wilkinson, Lee Prince Jr., Matt Williams, Teo Flake. These kids are going to be some good ball players for the next 2 years for the Mavs.
Well, I think what I hope that we see, and it was by design of us playing. Nice job by Nyhouse. Got her on her hip and turned right there. That was a great job.
Did a great job of posting up down low.
I was telling Keith earlier, I'm waiting to see Nyhouse get about 2 or 3 dunks right here.
I think she can do it. I may need to lower the goal just a tad, but I think she can do it.
You watch Sealy enough, you probably can. That's the 3 points for Charlene Hudson. She's had a big ball game so far with 11 points. But we decided this. Me and Terrell decided this though on homecoming. We're going to get here early next time, and we want you to get. We want those parking places that you promised us.
Well, I tell you what, I
parked in the back North 40 back there.
Here's what you have to do when you come to Southside, and if you're riding with him, we'll get the benefit of this. But it doesn't matter who's parking in that spot. You just have to get out and say, "I'm with Keith Evans," and they'll move their car. I mean, that'll happen, and they'll clear a spot. And they'll make sure that they get a spot for the legend.
Then the next thing they'll say there, I think he owes me money, so where's he at? So I don't know how that works. But, hey, last week, the Northside-Southside game, you'd come up here and talk. We talked about selling more hot dogs. I know we did that. But what a fun game that boys' game was, going down the wire, overtime again. And the atmosphere at that ball game last week is what we'd like to be able to capture that every ball game that's played either at Northside or Southside.
I would. It makes everybody a little jealous because they want to have that same atmosphere and same excitement every game, and I want that too. But keep playing better, keep winning. Those things will come, and it's just part of growing. What we're not used to, gentlemen, is we're used to our crowds in my first year here when we were over there in where the cafeteria is now.
Yes.
Now it's give and go play for 2 more for Charlene Hudson.
500 people in there. Look pretty crowded. 500 people in here, it looks like, my goodness, there's nobody here tonight. But tonight we ended up selling about 900 tickets, so we had a good crowd for homecoming. Oh, wow.
Now they're still in breakaway. 2 more points for Hudson having a big first quarter or second period.
We had to move the ball game schedule around a little bit, so to accommodate hairdos and dresses and making sure that we had everybody doing everything because we want our kids to participate in everything.
I'm not going to say it mean-like, but that's kind of like with the Razorback basketball team. They accommodate for all those hairdos.
Got to.
Yeah, I think that's a whole another issue right there. But I was so glad that Peyton, of course, all those kids look great tonight. But to have a basketball player win it in the gym that she plays in every day, that was fun.
Yeah, and it was great to see that, too. And what we're kind of watching tonight, too, is here's about another shot by Hudson up and no good. Ball's going to go out of bounds. That's going to be chased down. But you got Kaylee Evans coaching Lady Mavs tonight.
Yeah, Coach Brunk, I communicated with him earlier today, and he's been sick. And when I say sick, for Coach Brunk,
for him not be here,
that's right.
Sick. Yes,
that's right. So I have concern for his life, but I did get a call. He's awake anyway. But Mrs. Brunk gave me a report that he's pretty sick.
I always worry if I hear Brunk sick because I'm thinking amputation.
I've never known him to miss a game or practice or day of work. And so this must be pretty bad.
Well, I was told, too, by Kaylee's husband, Brian, that she can't come home tonight unless she gets one technical foul.
I would agree with that. I like to see her get a little juiced up over there and see what happens. But, the great thing about Coach Brunk's staff, and I think for all of our staffs, anybody can step in and
yes.
do the job, and Kaylee does a really good job.
Yeah, the girls had a good JV game tonight. Come back.
They really did.
Hit a couple of free throws there at the end to win the ball game. Nice move to the inside, up and no good. And, again, the key for Southside, though, guys, is the fact that they really struggle on the offensive, getting the defensive rebound. We talked about that. We're not the smartest guys in the world, but if the other team's getting a lot more shots than you are, they're bound to make more points.
Even I can make one about 4 or 5 tries. And so that's tough. That's tough for this team right now, and they don't have a lot of size, so the rebounding is difficult for them, and handling the press. That's been something they've had to overcome, but not a lot of depth, and so that makes it hard. Once they start running up and down with the Springdale team, the fatigue sets in a little bit.
And nothing you look at too, Coach, and I look at like Michaela Tampus. I mean, to me, she's a solid point guard, but then
That's
you
right.
look 5 foot tall.
That's right.
And she's at a disadvantage there, but boy, she gives you everything. She's had a good ball game tonight. Whether it be assists, she's got 5 points and a couple of assists here. Shot up and no good. There's Lydia Ann Adams fighting for the ball. She'll be fouled over the back.
There's your ball player too, Lydia Ann Adams. Wow. I mean, every time steps on the court makes a difference.
She does, and she's one who has a little bit of size, and I think she's kind of learning the game and maturing with the game, and she's doing a good job. She's got to grow into basketball a little more.
Yeah, she brings a lot of energy
That's
when
right.
she's on the floor.
Yep. And that she gets that from her mother. I just want to make sure everybody knows that's where it comes from.
Yeah, I talked to her mother, Coach Adams, the other night, and we had a couple of questions things that happened in the Northside game that we were trying to get answers for, and she agreed with everything I said. So yeah, I could see that.
I'm 100% knowing that's a true statement.
Have we heard yet, though? Of course, I guess we won't know till the playoffs what the basketball team's fate will be next year, whether it's 6A or 7A.
Well, right now, what we know in the decision that came for football, everything else is going to stay the same.
There's a nice move by Adams down low.
Nice job there by Adams on a turnaround little jumper right there. So the decision that made the conference realignments, that only affects football. So everybody else is going to stay in the same where we are right now. We'll play with 9 teams in the
Well, Coach, a funny story. I talked to the Fayetteville guys that were here to do the play-by-play, and they were talking about Fayetteville going to be loaded again next year. I said, well, you lost your quarterback and everything, and they told me that they had a move in from the Bentonville running back moved in, and then Barry Odom's wife and son are moving back here.
I did hear that about Coach Odom's son coming back, and the moving around in Northwest Arkansas right now.
I started to ask you how you felt about that.
Yeah, you are never allowed, according to AAA rules, to make a move for athletic purposes. So the education system at Fayetteville High School must be so much better than the Bentonville School District.
There you go.
And that must be what it is. But then again,
better English class.
Success seems to make kids want to come be a part of things.
That's right.
And it builds culture. I think that's very evident in this building and in the building right next to us from the football season and how that spills over. But
that success helps, though. But, I mean, like Bentonville hadn't been playing for state championships either.
That's
now.
right. That's right. You're right. But I worked for a coach by the name of Summit, and she used to say that winning fixes a lot of problems.
That's right.
Or winning hides a lot of problems. One of those two things.
Yeah, the jokes are funnier when you're winning.
That's no question about it.
Yeah, there's about a 15-footer up and off the rim, no good as Presley gets the rebound. Kalia Presley gets the ball. They get to Azevedo in the front court. This Springdale team, though, they really mirror their coach. Their coach she's up talking the whole game. Here's a three by Azevedo on the way. It's up and no good. And again, you go back to the fact 1 or 2 shots down at one end.
Right.
And then one shot. There's about a 15-footer up, and it's good. That's
And, gentlemen, have we seen one time yet Springdale walking the ball up the floor? I mean,
no, they don't.
They get it and they go.
That's what I was talking about when we saw them first. They've got at least 6 girls out there, it looks like.
Man, they just fly around.
Well, and they're a lot like those boys. I mean, they're 8 deep,
That's right.
There's a nice move by Adams down low. I like that shot, too, when you can take the ball down low like that. Southside, a lot of times will try to pitch it back out. That's Aubrianna Wilson on the basket. They'll try to pitch it back out, and a lot of bad things happen there, and they've done a good job today so far, really attacking the basket. Just haven't got the results that they want tonight.
Need to get one shot right here.
Nice move down low to Adams. Fires it up from about 6 feet, no good. Not sure she didn't take maybe an extra step on
I think
that.
so.
I think you can do that on a layup. It's a little difficult to do on a half-court shot, but okay.
Get that shooting position, get
That's
those feet right. So, but been a lot of fun. So, no, I will say, Coach, I want to talk about this just for a minute. The Maverick Sports Network, get on there a lot, get to watch replays of games and stuff. And one what I'm seeing on there, and we're starting to see the viewership go back up. People, it's easy access to get to,
That's right.
and what Buzz and his group did for us to get that set up and everything. And I'm really looking forward to it. The things that enhancements. Obviously, we're trying to get a broadcasting class going here, which I think will be great for that's an opportunity for kids. Hopefully, enough kids will sign up for it, but. It's just been a lot of fun as far as getting to work with all these kids that we get here. And I know in football we're going to have hopefully get a coaches show maybe going and some other things going in football. And things are going to only get better for Southside.
Well, I'm hoping that you all, as well as our patrons that are watching at home, notice the new look from a couple of weeks ago when we took on the Maverick Sports Network and some new cameras. Buzz and his group over there kind of hooked us up, did a little training for us over here, and we have some new toys that we're going to unveil come football season. And so I've been trying to really listen to the community, and believe it or not, the community said that they wanted a GoPro camera on your desk to make sure they can see you during the game. And I said, well, let me work on that. Let me see if I can make that happen. And
you may have just talked me into wearing a sport coat like you, Coach.
Well, it's a funny thing when you say that. Whenever we would do the different shows and everything in the SEC, you would be surprised what we looked like from the waist down on all of our daily interviews and TVs and everything. We always had a nice tie and a shirt from the waist up, but the waist down, as soon as we could get out of it, we had to go to work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of we were first started doing football with Darren Bob. We were doing the state championship game down for Southside. Greenwood had the next game where they had Tommy Kraft was doing the game, and he shows up there and he's got this real nice sport jacket on and everything. I tell you what, he was dressed to the hilts and everything. It was, I think, and then there's me and Darren Bob over there wearing shorts and a scruffy shirt.
I love it. Well, gentlemen, I hope that you guys grow along with us with the Maverick Sports Network. I'm excited what it's going to be, and it's only going to get better. And that's what these kids deserve, and it's going to be good for our community. But I appreciate what you all do, and I appreciate you working with me through the growing pains. But it's going to be good. The end result's going to be great.
Well, what I'd say is that the one thing I really appreciate is that parking spot during football season right there under the stands. That makes it a lot nicer.
We need to work on that for the arena. I'll have to work on that for the arena. Gentlemen, thank you all so much for what you do. Yes, sir. Keith, thank you.
Sir. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
We're at the half. Southside Trails 31-13, and we're going to go ahead and take a bit of a break here. We'll come back here in just a bit with the first half scoring summary. You're watching Southside Lady Maverick basketball on the Maverick Sports Network. Welcome back. As we looked at the first half scoring summary, the Southside Trails here at 31-13. First for the Lady Mavs. Lydia Ann Adams with 2 points. Michaela Tempest, leading scorer with 5. Sophia Nyhouse 2. Peyton Yaffe 2. And Kayla Robinson off the bench with 2 points. While for the Springdale Lady Bulldogs, Charlene Hudson with 17 points. Allie Vaughn 3. Aubriana Wilson 4 points. Kayla McCoy 3. Jacayla Bunch 2. And Carol Linda Hudson with 2 points. A lot of balanced scoring there, but you got Charlene Hudson doing a lot of the work. But I was able to go over there, and I've got to say this. I look at the list here, and it lists the athletic directors for Springdale High School. I see Keith Fimple and Eric Burnett, and that's hard for me to watch. You know, Fimple used to be at Southside, went to Conway, now athletic director, along with Coach Burnett, and was able to go talk to Coach Burnett for just a little bit. He was a fixture in Southside, Northside sports, what he's done for all the young people here. And he was telling me a little bit, Terrell, about this Springdale team actually lost in overtime by 1 point to Northside.
Really?
The only thing I would say about this Springdale team, the only thing I think they're missing is they had a little more height.
Yeah, they do. They need to get a little bit longer, but.
Yeah, they are tough. And I told Coach Burnett, I said, it looks like to me, just watching them play, it's almost like 6 girls on the court at one time.
Yeah, I mean, there's a catch-22 there, too, because a lot of times when you get a little bit of that size, you don't play quite as fast, and that's the one thing they play fast.
Going to get a foul here is they'll get Carol Linda Hudson, second personal foul.
Yeah, we saw Cooper Watson take a shot like that in that first game. They didn't give him the call.
Nice inside pass to Presley for 2.
That's how you draw it up right there. I'm going to give Coach all the credit on that one.
Kalia Presley, first 2 of the ball game. Here's about a 15-footer down. They don't take no time at all as Nyhouse gets the rebound. Nyhouse doing a good job on the boards tonight. I was looking to see if Peyton Yaffe was back on the bench.
No, I saw her at halftime. She's actually on crutches.
Here's a 3 by Acevedo from the corner, no good. Lady Bulldogs pull the ball down.
Kind of like you, I was hoping she's going to be able to walk that one off.
There's Acevedo. Going to take it all the way down. Ball's going to be knocked down. A nice hustle play from behind by Jacayla Bunch. And just talking to Coach Burnett, I was asking about Isaiah Seeley, and we were talking about that. And he said, I'll tell you what, Keith, and he's right about this, if teams play, Coach Adams did a good job playing that zone. If you play him man-to-man, he'll light you up for 40.
Eat your lunch, man. Eat your lunch and take your lunch pail with him.
Nice move to the inside. It's going to be a foul on as Aubriana Wilson will go to the foul line. Going to get second personal foul on Felicity Suggs. As Aubriana Wilson gets 2 free throws, first one's up and no good.
Now in the game for the Mavericks, number 12, Lydia Ann Adams.
So Wilson will get a second free throw here. Second one's off the rim, no good. Suggs gets the rebound for the Lady Mavs. There's a steal, pass down, going in for the layup, and 2 more points for Lady Bulldogs. That's Kaya McCoy. Score a lot off that press, don't they? Ball's knocked out of bounds. That's the key, too, though. You got, we stress this, it's the passing game that, don't have to speed it up so much, but your passes, but it's got to be crisp passing.
That's
you can't
it.
throw those passes that you get a lot of air under. A lot of times those balls will get knocked away or get stolen.
Well, and I always call them lazy passes, and I guess I should probably figure out some different ways to call it, because it's really not a lazy pass in that the player's being lazy. It's just that due to a tip or something like that, that thing kind of comes out wobbling or comes out a little bit slow, and it's tough. I mean, team plays this fast. If that ball slows down at all, they're going to get their paws on it, and it's gone.
Good timeout by Coach Evans over there. They were able to set the trap. And that's kind of been a lot of the points have come off of really pushing the ball up, not letting the Lady Mavs get set up on defense. Because this Lady Mav defense, actually, they do a good job of matching up and not allowing penetration.
Did you see what Coach Evans had going on up there on that whiteboard?
I'm not sure. And we also wish Coach Brunk that he'll be, I'm sure he's watching tonight. We hope that he'll get better because I agree with Coach Beaumont. I think it would take something really not good or contagious to keep Coach Brunk out of here.
That's right.
He does a great job with this team.
Especially knowing tonight being homecoming.
Yeah, these girls play hard. They give effort. They're not getting the results that they want, but they play hard. They're well coached. Nice give and go pass to the inside. It'll be picked up by Acevedo, feeds it over to Kayla Robinson. She'll fire it up from 8 feet. I like that. You had it on the shot clock, and she recognized that she needed to get the shot off. Now here's the penetration down low for 2 more. That's Kyle McCoy. Now with 7 points. And Springdale going to press here. Got the lead back up to 20. What you got to watch out for is right there. They're wanting to try to set that trap. You got to recognize when they're coming with that double team.
Well, they loop that second person around. That way, when you turn around, you're turning right around into them. That's tough. They kind of force you to go where they want you to go.
Going to try to feed Lenny and Ant. I like that call right there, just a little bit more of a pass, and you got a layup.
Yeah, it's the right idea for sure.
Got that mismatch on the height. Here's a 3 on the way, good. Our Brianna Wilson now with 7 points in the ball go. Going to have another steal. A nice give and go move for 2 more. Play Charlene Hudson. I like her game.
She's a baller. She doesn't miss too many shots either. But that's good to hear Beaumont talking about some of the things they got planned for next year. Kind of looking forward to seeing that.
Well, there's a lot of things that we want to try to do next year as far as, getting everything operational may be the one thing it may take. It's still a work in progress, but we're going to get there. I know one thing that folks are telling me they'd like to see happen at some point is having some audio during the road games in basketball. I'll try to do that, and I don't know what the spring sports, what the plans are for that and such, but, it's hopefully a deal where you've got some opportunities here broadcasting-wise if they could get that class going to get these kids. And I think the kids will really enjoy it. And you look up here, we go to different places, Bentonville, Springdale here, Harbor. They have kids that actually set up everything and run. They bring in the voices like Zach Arns comes in and does that. And then same with Matt Jones in Fayetteville. They bring the guys in to do that part of it as far as the audio, but everything else is set up and run. And the job that we're doing right now with Ms. Watson, the job she's doing, and Mr. Piper, we were kind of behind the 8 ball a bit, not having Mr. Piper having knee surgery, but, that's going to be worked out. And want to get a coaches show going here at some point where we can come in and get Coach Dameron, maybe get Coach Adams, Coach Brunk, kind of talking about some of the kids and kind of getting a little more in depth as far as maybe some of the kids and personalities, because the whole thing we're trying to do, it's all Southside Maverick. There's a nice move by Tampus to the basket, no good. In fact, I'm going to nominate you to go interview Coach Dameron.
That'll work.
I've done a lot of interviews in my time with Coach Williams over the years, and I'm kind of retired from that now. We would do those after the game, but neither one of us could. I would try to take notes during the game of what to talk about. And Coach Williams was so polite and did such a great job. It was just a lot of fun being able to work with him, and and Coach Dameron too. He helped us through. And there's a 3-point basket by Nyhouse.
Yeah.
I had Coach Dameron up here, and he's got a coaching background, not only in football but also in basketball. So, but we want to get we want everything Maverick out there. Is what we're wanting to do.
Absolutely.
Get more and more, figuring out some ideas and maybe having some meetings before everything gets started to try to get some things done. Again, Southside Trails here, 42-18. I'll tell you, Sophia Nyhouse, 5 points, had a good ball game tonight. Penetration in, going to be a push in the back. I believe they may get Pressy on this.
That's a tough call. I didn't see her feet moving until she was flying.
Well, actually, it was Pressy coming in from the backside. I think that's what caused part of the charge, and maybe she pushed her in the back. As Allie Vaughn will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. First one's up, and it's good. I was telling Coach Burnett, too, every week we play teams, whether it be girls or boys. This 7A West is loaded. Not sure what the Central has. I know Little Rock Central is pretty good this year, but don't be surprised on the boys and girls sides if you don't see at least 3 of the 4 teams in the Final Four.
In the finals, yeah.
Because iron sharpens iron, you're going to be playing tough. I mean, it's not like you're not playing good teams to begin with.
Well, and there's no game off. I mean, that's the thing. No. It's like there's no time to regroup. I mean, it's just on to the next one.
Charlene Hudson now with 22 in the ball game. Going to feed down low, Lydia and Adams. I like the move, too. Good job by Tampus getting the ball down low. Just didn't get the finish we wanted, but you got the good shot.
Yeah, had what we wanted.
Yeah, it's not always, too, about whether or not, we talk about this in athletics as far as you may make an error in baseball, miss a ground ball. It's going to happen. You may miss a shot that maybe you should make, but it's going to happen. But the point being, if you are put in a position, you do it the right way, that's what counts.
That's right. Well, we used to always say, one of my old coaching buddies, we always used to say, wipe it clean. You got to get on to the next play now. You got to forget about that last one.
Yeah, I had a young man, I'll get in the story here, as Nyhouse looks to go across court to Kayla Robinson. Robinson looks to penetrate in. Get the ball back out to Tampus. Got 9 on the shot clock. Ball's going to be taken away. Got a one-on-one matchup here. And there's a good play by Tampus getting back on defense.
She about tossed that thing back in play, too.
Yeah, what I was going to, yes, you got that smile.
Yeah,
and
love it.
What I was going to say is we had a ball game where I had a kid backing up. The ball gets past him, too, between his legs, and he's upset. And, we lost the ball game. And I told the kid after the game, I said, you put yourself in the position to make the play, and that's what counts.
That's right. Yeah, I never used to believe much in psychology, but I heard a lot of good coaching advice from a guy that's basically a clinical psychologist that started kind of coaching a little bit when his kids grew up.
Now, shot by Acevedo, her first points of the ball game. She nails a 3 from the side.
And he's talking about, in baseball, it's a little different than basketball, but, you teach these players young that it's not about hitting home runs. It's about swinging hard.
Oh, nice give and go pass from Kayla Robinson down to Pressy. She's not been able to finish the layup. There's Hudson on the inside, makes a nice move, and she'll be fouled.
And it kind of goes back to your point. I mean, you're putting yourself in the position to succeed by doing what you're doing, and that's what you got to commend them for.
Well, really, and tell you what it is, it's a process. The Bobby Petrinos of the world, when they practice, you practice hard as Hudson makes the first free throw. And I got in trouble for this one time, and I didn't mean it in a bad way, but I was talking to Coach Stewart. He was doing the show with him, and I mentioned something about with Coach Williams that, he might lose a ball game, but, it's may not bother him as much because he knows it's a process. Yep. Well, that didn't go over well because Coach Williams don't want to lose a game. And
nobody wants to lose.
You don't want to lose, but you also know it's a process, and you teach the fundamentals, and the more you do that, you see that team grow and get better.
Well, I think you play your best ball when you're not under all that pressure, and if everything is a must win, then you're always under a lot of pressure, and I think a lot of times, kind of to your point. It's like if you make it about the process and not so much about the winning, then it's just a lot easier to win because you don't have all that pressure that you're kind of fighting the whole time too.
Then a lot of times, though, when that process goes and things don't go the way you want to, you stepped up in a level in competition too.
Yes.
2 free throws here for
Absolutely.
Sophia Nyhouse. Nyhouse having a good ball game tonight with 5 points. Felicity Suggs will check back in the ball game for Kayla Robinson.
I had that down wrong. I thought she had 5 already.
Sophia? Yes, she has 5 points. Made that nice 3-pointer earlier in this period. Now with 6 points in the ball game. She's your leading scorer for Lady Mavs.
You're going to have a little extra time on the clock. There he goes. Yeah, they got it fixed now. We'll call it a technical malfunction on the clock button.
Yeah, we were kind of laughing, Terrell, you know, when the boys game first, and we were a little concerned if they didn't get the anthem going. The girls have done such a great job of singing the anthem.
They did really well last time.
There was a nice inside move and shot that's no good, but she'll be fouled. Look at Sophia Nyhouse. Actually, look at Acevedo, Ari Acevedo, her second personal foul.
She's been fighting hard tonight.
And that's 5 fouls on Lady Mavs. First free throws up and no good.
You know what I call that right there, don't you?
What's that?
That's a good foul. They missed one of them 2 foul shots, so it's a good foul.
So it's kind of like getting a pass interference when you're beat.
Yeah.
It's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, save touchdown. It's all right.
Exactly. Second free throw up and no good. Fight for the rebound will be the Lady Mavs. I think Kalia Presley's going to be a good one for the Lady Mavs too. Yeah, she actually does a good job working. She reminds me a lot of Robinson down low. I think they can really, make some things happen down there.
Maybe hair longer though. I mean, that's the thing. She can kind of reach out there a little bit longer.
3 on the way. It's good by Sophia Nyhouse. Excuse me, Felicity Suggs on the 3. Here's the 3 at the other end, and
man,
that's
they don't miss a lot, do they? Oh, good idea.
Get the ball down to Nyhouse, going to be stolen and knocked away.
Little tall.
You better get back on defense when you play this Lady Bulldog
Yeah.
team. I'm going to hold for the last shot. Going to fire it up from about 2 feet behind the 3-point line, no good.
All right, I got to ask this, Keith. Since it's in the third quarter.
What is that?
You think Taylor Swift's going to win the Super Bowl?
That's,
I've been waiting all night to ask that.
I've been, I had to say this, and I told Coach Burnett this to he coached my oldest son, and I was telling him, I want you to pray for my son. He kind of looked at me kind of concerned. I said, well, I got to tell you this, my son is a Chiefs fan. His wife is from California. She's a big Niners fan.
Uh-oh.
So there's going to be a little bit of go back and forth on that house, but I don't know. I think it's been interesting myself, Taylor Swift being there, and Kelsey, what a ball player.
Oh, man.
Both those Kelseys.
It kind of cracked me up, too, because, I keep up with Travis a little bit more than most because my dad talks me into doing this fancy football every year. And no, I didn't mispronounce it. I meant to say fancy because that's how I feel about it. But, hey, we almost got a ball, Keith. But, it's been maybe some odd publicity, but, all in all, it's still good for the NFL. It's still good for the sport. And, late in the season, Kelsey really wasn't producing like you kind of expect him to. I think that was just Coach, kind of setting him up for the big finish of the season, especially getting into the playoffs, kind of like you're maybe keeping some stuff off tape.
So you're talking 11 catches in the playoff game.
That's what I mean. But it's like if you look at the really about the 3 games leading up to the playoffs, I mean, there were a couple he didn't even have a touchdown.
And I don't think there's a better coach out there than Andy Reid.
Oh, that guy's great.
And he does great commercials, too.
I was about to say, I even like him in commercials, man.
There's a 3 on the way up and no good. Nice rebound and finish. Brianna Wilson now with 9 points. As Julia Suggs checks into the ball game for the Lady Mavs. She does a good job of running the point.
Yeah,
I think she'll be one next year for the Lady Mavs that going to step up. You got some sophomores here, and you know, watching the girls play in the little bit in the JV game, Southside's got some help coming here. You know, you're going to lose several players, actually 3-year starters. There's about a 8-footer by Presley's up and good.
She wasn't sure about it, but I'm glad she took that shot.
Yeah, Kalia Presley now with 4 points in the ball game. In fact, this team they've got out there right now all come back next year. You got Presley, Robinson, Leah Adams, Julia Suggs, and Ari Acevedo. Here's a 3 on the way off and no good. And there's Presley pulls down the ball, but it's going to be taken away and going up for a shot, and she'll be fouled. That's Aubriana Wilson.
I'll tell you what, Wilson's had a heck of a game tonight.
Yeah, she's up to 9 points, but she's also one of those girls you watch her motor runs all the time.
Oh, I mean, we had the rebound solid and just battled it away, man.
First free throw's up, and it's good. Wilson now in double figures with 10 points.
And I don't think it'd be easy to take the ball away from Presley. I'm telling you. Tough ball player.
Second free throw up, and it's also good. Yeah, I got an interesting schedule too this year. We've got whole games. It's almost like football, home games Friday night for the rest of the year. Here's a steal by Wilson. Take it all the way up, and it's good. And Wilson's trying to catch Charlene Hudson in the scorebook. Got a 6:08 to go here. Ball stolen again. Oh, nice give and go pass. And a good play too, again by Wilson, as she was going to pass the ball off, but the girl was covered in. But give credit to, I believe that was number 13, Kyle McCoy, making that nice pass. Skyler Robinson takes it hard to the hole for 2 more. She'll get a chance at a 3-point play here. Kayla's got 4 points in the ball game.
Yeah, I thought at first they were waving that shot off. I'm glad they gave it to her.
Free throws up and no good. Springdale got a new group in there, want to work the ball down quick. Go back up top. To the corner. Looks to penetrate in. They're going to lose the ball out of bounds.
I think Ramirez is the only starter left in there now.
They got Leticia Ramirez in the ball game now. And then try to get some of the names of the girls in there. But Southside again's got a group in there that you're going to see next year for the Lady Mavs. There's about an 8-footer by Tampa's up, and it's good. Michaela now with 7 points in the ball game. Leads the Lady Mavs in scoring. Oh, nice penetration move to the inside for 2. That's Camila Flores Esparza for 2. Here's a 3 look for Kayla Robinson on the way off the rim. No good. Good rebound by Adams. Goes up for the shot, and she'll be fouled by Esparza. She'll get 2 free throws here. Now she'll get Kayla McCoy for the foul. Will be her second. Team second. Is letting Adams go to the free throw line for 2 free throws. She's got 2 points in the ball game. First free throw's up and nothing but net. So Angel Pound will check into the ball game for the Lady Bulldogs. Second free throw up, and it's also good. One thing Lady Mavs do good, though, Terrell, is they do a good job of shooting free throws. Last week against Northside, they hit 10 free throws in the third period. Try to work the ball down low post. Going to be taken away by Tampus. Tampus will push it into the front court. Makes a nice pass to Kayla Robinson. Nice give and go play for the shot, and she'll be fouled.
I'm just checking Tampa's down there. Pretty sure she's not tired. Still going about full speed.
First free throw's up and good. Robinson now with 5 points in the ball game. Lady Mavs going to do a little bit of substituting here too. As Meridian Chance will check in. Down to 1:49 in the ball game. Played a Springdale team that from the get-go, they're after it.
Yeah, they were.
They get going and just made it tough. And
just never give you a break.
In the game for Southside, number 20, Charlize Bowie. Number 14, Emily Mendez-Lavar.
Charlize Bowie will check in the ball game for Lady Mavs. Trying to get some names and numbers here. Also checking in is Lindley Oden. And also Emily Mendez-Lavar checks into the ball game. Julia Suggs will run the point. Going to feed the ball down low to Chance, and the ball going to have a tie up here.
In for Southside, number 53, Kate Nally.
Kate Nally will check into the ball game for the Lady Mavs. Nice penetration move from about 8 feet going up for the shot. It's going to be no good, but Lindley Oden will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. And you got that continuous clock going here, so this may be 2 free throws at the end of the ball game.
It's almost one of those situations you wish you could decline the penalty, you know.
First free throw's up and no good. Oden will get a second one here. They'll stop the clock at 5.2. And don't get me started about the mercy rule clock. I know
no, in basketball.
It's good as Oden makes the second free throw. First points of the ball game. Southside going to fall here 60-35. You had a Springdale team that, I'll tell you what, they really got after it on both ends of the floor and looked like you had 6 girls a lot of times out there that they were so quick to the ball, trapping the ball and everything. Game effort, though, by Southside trying to stay in the ball game. As we look at the scoring summary, Aubriana Wilson, 15, 4 Lady Bulldogs, Allie Vaughn, 7, Charlene Hudson, leading scorer with 23, Kayla McCoy, 7, Jacayla Bunch finished with 4 points, and Carolinda Hudson with 2 points. While for the Lady Mavs, Lindley Olden, 1 point off the bench, Ariel Acevedo, 3, Lydian Adams, 4 points in the ball game, Kalia Pressey, 4 points in the ball game. Michaela Tampus had a solid ball game tonight, running the points. She had 7 points. Sophia Nyhouse, 6 points. Peyton Yaffe, 2 points, got hurt early in the ball game, didn't come back in. Kayla Robinson off the bench with 5 points. Felicity Suggs ran out the scoring for the Lady Mavs with 3 points. As we kind of look ahead, Terrell, next week for Southside, they'll be Tuesday night. They'll be at Heritage for boys and girls games, and we'll be back here next Friday night as we take on Bentonville West, which should be a fun game for both the Lady Mavs and the Mavs. And you know, kind of winding down that season a bit, and not a lot of ball games left, but it's been a lot of fun. And I'll tell you what, good effort by the Southside team nonetheless. Just you ran into a buzzsaw tonight, really, the boys and girls. And you know, you look at the boys game, the final score kind of got out of hand there at the end, but it was a ball game where you could easily say that, you know, it was a close ball game up to about 3 minutes left in the third period.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think when you lose somebody like Yaffe right there, I mean, that just everybody loves her. Everybody's rooting for her. That kind of gets you down a little bit. You're already kind of behind the 8 ball, so hate to see that. Hope she gets to come back, walk that off. We used to just rub dirt on it, and hopefully that's what we see out of that.
Well, Lady Maz has had to deal with some injuries this year. You had Nyhouse miss several ball games and was really trying to get herself going in that. Really kind of struggled at times, but she's come back, and I thought Sophia had a good ball game tonight.
Very good ball game.
Working down low and posting up, but it was one of those games too where it seemed like those girls would just kind of slide into spots to get offensive rebounds, and then when you did get the rebound, they were coming up from behind, knocking the ball away. So just a very good Springdale team they ran to tonight.
I'm not sure I remember them missing any shots.
They didn't. I'll tell you, Hudson definitely didn't miss very many with 23 points, and she's kind of the equivalent to Isaiah Seeley on the other side. But tough night for the Mavs nonetheless. And Terrell, appreciate the job you did tonight and give us your insights and everything. And we'll wrap it up and do it again here next week.
Sounds good, man. It's good to be here.
Want everybody to have a great weekend. And, again, we'll be here next Friday night we'll have a game Tuesday night as they travel to Heritage. Be here next Friday night as we take on Bentonville West. Everybody, thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and go Mavs!